are throwing out some toxic signals with you, bottles, rubbish, there are many bins around, we are recycling this tournament, so we have recycling bins and waste bins.
Can you tell them we're there? Can you tell them we're there?
Which platform is it? Oh, is that one?
Oh my God, oh no, that's a hammer from this way.
You spin round.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Hang on, that's your phone. Should've brought a pen out.
Wait. It's 1-1. It's 1-1, it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him, tell him to go away. Hello, mate. We're over there now. Yes. Pitch 3. No worries. Can you just confirm the score?
It's 1-1 now.
1-0 to Singapore. Yeah. On the scoreboard it says 1-1. Yeah. And welcome out to the back pitches here at the University of Nottingham's Highfields Sports Complex for this fiercely fought rivalry between Japan, playing from right to left as we look in the blue, against Singapore, playing in the red and white, from left to right. 1-1 is the score as the Japanese look to build some pressure but lose the ball through Yutaro Yamamoto. My name's Chris Wearmouth. I'm joined by Alice Summers. Alice, welcome to the back pitches.
Yeah, 100%. It's looking good out here. A lot of intensity that we can see from both sides. Super tight game. Singapore just getting a fresh set of 6 here, coming up to their line. Let's see what they can build off.
Day 2, halfway through day 2. Every team's now getting some game time under its belt, and we'll have a little bit more of a chat about that as Singapore, as we say, build this pressure going through as Matthew Robinson, the number 2, just then doesn't get the ball back off the floor, but then gets a penalty. Just in terms of what the teams are looking for out of a game like this, this early in the pool stages, is it wins, is it performances? What's the deal?
Well, starting into it, you just want to make sure you know all your players in the background. You just want to make sure once you get into those knockouts, you're performing. So it's getting a baseline how you are and still wanted to perform, get the results, and then just feeling fresh into the World Cup.
Robinson gets the ball out wide to the left, and a touch comes in on Liang Sheng-ti, number 12. Robinson gets the ball back. Evades the touch. This time, everything is shut down by the Japanese on that far side. Robinson has got options on both sides. Finds Brian Wong. Wong then feeds to Lee, and the dive comes in. And that's a score for Liang Sheng-ti for Singapore. But Singapore 2-1 back up.
100%. The box is buzzing right now for Singapore. What a play. Just stepping back and giving the pass open side. Just creating that space and getting on that player's outside. Really, really nice from Singapore. Let's see if Japan can get this tap off and build anything more.
How difficult is it to adjust between the driving pace of these teams and then the slightly more considered, almost chess-like play that there is at that kind of area?
Yeah, they have to be on it with the roll ball, especially in midfield D and midfield attack. That's so important. Again, a strike play. Japan here coming through, just getting step back, ball through, and the ball he's giving it, and that is a try for Japan. So now it's 2-2.
Finished there by Shuta Higino, who sold a dummy that I think even the best defenders would have bought just that. But it's exactly what Japan would have wanted to do, just driving straight through the middle, creating a bit of space, and then there was a little bit of a wrap, and even though there was almost a bumping into each other, but then that seemed to put Singapore off more than it did Japan.
100%. It was a tick-for-tack play there, and just coming up and getting that score is going to bring the momentum. Singapore looking strong here, bringing the intensity on the line now. Let's see what they can play. Just a sweep around the back.
Oh, what a pass. What a pass coming back on the inside. It just couldn't be caught there by Singapore's number 7, Mateus Chia. But that pass back on the inside to create that, and Japanese were offside in midfield and Singapore get a fresh set of 6 on the 7. Perfect location. Ball comes out to Ahmed Afiq bin Johan, but he's touched by a player who was onside.
This Singapore team's looking really nippy and steppy. Japan better watch out what they can do.
And it comes round to the right this time for Singapore, but the ball flies past Christopher Mack and out towards the Riverside Sports Complex almost. The ball comes back from Riverside. Thank you very much for returning it quickly.
I would say that was really nice from Japan's defence there, just making them throw it wide. Singapore couldn't get anything through, so really good meters here by Japan's number 4. But stop play, so momentum is kind of lost, but still good meters.
When you're playing and coaching, you know, the importance of maintaining the momentum and dominating the speed of the roll ball there, how do you get that across to a new player? I mean, this is a prime example now from Japan as they come through the phases, go through the roll ball and just keep the play alive.
Oh, that was a bit of contact just there from the wing sniping in. If he didn't do that, that ball would have been away and Japan could have got that scoring. Just go for it.
Yeah, Yamamoto there with the attempted pass as Brian Lim there with the defence, and then the fresh set of 6 there for Japan. Dive comes in from Junki Hamada. This is the point now where I hope that I can keep hold of the scoreboard, otherwise we're going to have to come down through the scaffolding onto the floor to pick it up. But Japan now building steadily on and around the Singapore 7-metre line. And Yamamoto, Seiji Yamamoto dives.
I think that was the one-handed dive just there. Just looking like he's trying to get on the outside of that Singapore player.
Forward pass given though by the referee. No, not a forward pass given. That's just wait and see what the decision is here. There's a sub coming in from Singapore. I think there's just I think there was the defender who copped it on the physicality of that defensive touch there. Nothing on purpose, just a bit of a body check, accidental body check in midfield, and Japan continue. And Seiji Yamamoto dives out. He gets the ball out, and that is a try scored by the winger on that far side. Just wait and see who that is, number 9. That's Daisuke Kamata there with the try for Japan. Lovely finish.
Yeah, lovely link, quickie play, and then just going on the outside and then watching that winger just can't cover both positions because he gets on his outside and gives the knife ball across to the wing, and great finish, great put down.
This is billed as when we were looking at the fixtures for today as one that we wanted to get out and commentary for, is living up to its billing.
Yeah, 100%. We always knew this was going to be a tight game between these two teams, just because it's kind of similar styles almost. They quite get down low and get for the dive, and we've seen a lot of that right here.
Singapore build through Robinson. It comes wide right with the missed pass, but that's missed everybody except the floor. And Japan come through, get some play going onto the front foot, looking to run a box move on that far side, get some fresh legs on. Taken on by Atsuki Sato. And now it comes back on, fresh legs, as I say, Shuta Hijino. Oh, great, lovely hands.
Juggling it over there, but great take in. Japan looking for a scoop, taking him on the outside, running free. Can he get anyone free? And yes, number 3, is that ball down? And that's going to be a try for Japan.
Yeah, that's given by the referee, and that's Taishi Suiyasu with the finish, and that's a lovely piece of, that's textbook scooping there from the Japanese.
Oh yeah, committing their player, just going short side and just having the pace on the outside. Lovely shake and bake from the Lincoln wing. We love to see the put down.
What point, if you're on the winger, at what point do you choose to come inside on that?
When you see your player beating them short side, you always know to do a shake and bake. It's just a kind of standard given and really, really well executed.
But I guess the question is, how long does it take, as we see Japan does just make that shot in deep, but how long does it take to be that aware of when to leave the defender? Because, I mean, that's the great skill in it. You can go too early and bring the defender with you, or leave it too late and then put yourself at a disadvantage as the attacker.
Well, these are world-class players we're talking about here, so it's... Oh, juggling in the corner! And Singapore answer back with that score in the corner.
Brian Lim, I'm sure there's a circus in town somewhere, because Brian Lim can be the next juggling act. That was fantastic handling. As the rain's gone, it's beautiful overhead conditions, beautiful temperature, but the ground is very, very slick here at the University of Nottingham.
Yeah, great for diving, I must say, and we've seen a lot of it so far in this game, and it's turned to be thrilling point for point in this Let's see if Japan can answer back like they have done before. Just get meters down the pitch right now. Singapore kind of drawing them in. Let's see if they can push them out of their 7 now.
Japan steadily building. That's Seiji Yamamoto, number 12, and he gets the ball back and fizzes one wide. Suiyasu there just can't hold on. And again, the ball heads down towards the Riverside Sports Complex, which is about a mile away behind us. It's a mile to the south of Highfields, and you can keep up to date with all the scores as they happen via the Federation of International Touch website and various YouTube channels where we're showing Field 1 live stream. And yeah, that was a good spot there by the referees, as the inside pass from Singapore was made after the foot was over the whitewash. And Japan now have got a great opportunity to build up, but they've lost the ball there. That's play in the roll ball there. That's obstructive play from the Singapore defence, and now Japan get to restart with a penalty. That's taken by Kenta Hiro, number 16, and he's still in this link position on this near side. But Japan are just keeping it nice and steady.
Yeah, with that penalty just there, that's detrimental to Japan, because if Japan can get a try here, just going on the outside of that link, it seems like that's their gameplay right now for Japan. Just trying to go link quickies and getting on the short side.
Junki Hamada there with the attempted dive, but got touched on the way down. And that's a 6-touch turnover, and Japan started in a very promising position. But they're not able to finish it off despite that dive. And here comes Singapore, looking to get some fresh legs on themselves. They come with a very familiar face as far as English players, and especially the University Touch Championship. Felix DeCorno, number 3.
Yeah, finishing the set in Japan's 7 is really good, and making them come out of their own 7, really, really good field play. Just need to put the pressure on now from Singapore, working really, really hard in midfield D. Make it super hard for Japan to get out of their own half.
Just very quickly, you're a now familiar face around the UTC yourself. That's the British University and College of Sport University Touch Championships. In terms of to have a player like Felix DeCorno take the step up from the University of Exeter to come and play at the World Cup for Singapore like this, in terms of the calibre of player now in the UTC, how has that grown over the last couple of years?
It's amazing, especially for Trent Touch. With winning UTC, some of our best players out there is really, really lovely to see. Like Rhea Plunkett playing today for Island Mixed Opens, and then a lot of our players, Sophie Lloyd, Ben Grinter, Jake Morris, all in their England setup, and amazing to see.
And just for those people who are outside the Nottingham postcode, Trent is a Trent University who broke the stranglehold of Loughborough and Bath and Exeter by being the first university from Nottingham to win the University Touch Championships. How much did that mean?
It means everything to our club and to all the players. Most of the people are graduating this year, so really, really lovely to finish on their final year and get the win. And at the after party, you could see how much it meant to us holding those trophies and having the support of everyone. It was kind of like the underdogs winning it, and couldn't ask for more.
Well, this men's open clash between Japan and Singapore is definitely living up to the billing. There's barely a cigarette paper between the two teams. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the second half.
And I'm representing the Hydex programme, which is one of the sponsors of the Touch Rugby World Cup. HyDex is a collaboration of a number of universities based in the Midlands, including the University of Nottingham. One of HyDex's main aims is to support industry to innovate, developing new products and services in the hydrogen economy. We decided to sponsor the Touch Rugby World Cup, particularly in relation to energy use, so that Geopura, a locally based business, can provide hydrogen to be utilised at the event, making the event more sustainable and improving air quality for visitors and competitors alike. We hope this support will encourage others to look for more sustainable ways to run similar events in the future. Finally, just to say, we hope everyone that's involved in the event has a great time. Thank you.
Thanks, ref, says Just Wang It. Lots of love there for the Japanese and the Singapore on the live chat. Drop your thoughts and we will try to come back to them. Not sure we'll have much time because, as Alice Summers, who is to my right, my name's Chris Wimeth, this game has, as we said at the end of the first half, it's lived up to its billing. It is absolutely rapid.
It's a lot of fast pace here and really, really tight. Like, coming back into it, both teams will have an important team talk just then, trying to hype everyone up. Singapore's sub-box just up in front of us and looking really passionate for this second half. So let's see what they can build off. Just an early tap from the Singapore team and just going back into it.
And the game replays, or restarts, should we say, as you said, a little bit of an early start there by the Singaporean Matthew Robinson. Felix Ducano on that far side. He of captain of the Exeter University Touch Championship winning team from 2023. But he misses it that time. The ball goes to ground. And Japan have held out and come away. And just setting up a drive through the middle, it looks like. These teams absolutely matched each other blow for blow in the first half. As Japan, in fact, work their way to their left to get some fresh legs on. And even early in the second half, how important is that, Alice?
It's so important. Looking out for just on the outside now. Checking back in. Oh, what a read from that Japan player. He saw the sniping on his link. A missed pass. That's what we want from Japan, and that's what we love to see. So going up 2 tries now, Singapore really need to answer back.
Yeah, Japan go up 5-3 in that far corner. What a great finish there from the winger, Taishi Suiyasu. It's quite fun actually watching touch when you don't necessarily know all of the players.
Yeah, 100%, because we don't know what to expect from who's the strike player, who's the ball player, and anyone can be it in this team because they look so strong.
Singapore, 2 tries down. They do not want to go more than that, and that's the age-old cliche about not wanting to concede. and then start to put themselves at a disadvantage, and they're looking to drive through the middle. Comes wide out to this near-hand side. Play stays alive, but the touch comes in on Brendan Chewy in the middle.
Really well there just to keep that play alive from Singapore, but good defence from Japan, being able to switch over even when they're checking it back in. Drive is looking really strong right now, getting really good meters. Let's see if they can get a strike dump ready.
Putting Singapore probably on the back foot with Japan there, but the ball this time hits the deck, comes back to the Singaporeans to start midway inside their own half. As we saw on the first Japan drive there of the second half after defending, they got players on straight away. You know, even this early in the second half, you know, is that kind of like a standard tactic, or is that just something that they would have plucked out and just looking to put Singapore off guard?
Well, Japan has always been so regimented in what they do and believe in their tactics. Oh, big touch there just from mid and scoops through, and that's Felix passing to Singapore's number 3. What a great try we do indeed.
Yeah, I think that's Felix Ducorno there putting the puddle. Oh no, there's going to be the referees are having a quick chat. And this is the one where we're a little bit too far away to lip read here. But what's happening? I know this is going to be given the other way, I think, for... don't know, we've not had a symbol. No, that's for a forward pass. That's such a shame, because that was a proper leap and flinging from Felix Ducorno. That's one for the highlight reel on its own. Oh,
100%. A little bunny hop and then passing back on the inside. What a play, but unlucky from Singapore, because that try could have been detrimental to the rest of this game. Japan getting off really, really quick, like we were saying, getting fresh legs on and looking really sharp.
Yeah, this is one of those games where at 2 tries difference, it starts to become like a hair's breadth here or a hair's breadth there, and that's going to be a penalty for a late pass there by the Japanese number 7. That's Daiki Kubota, and Singapore have held out there because these 50-50 calls. Oh, lovely no-look pass there from the Singaporeans. Comes through. Here comes Ducorno, takes the touch and works his way off the field. Singapore get the players on. That's Liang Shengti, number 12. He gets the ball off the floor to Brian Wong, number 13. He finds Matthew Robinson. Robinson gets the ball back. Little dance on the inside. Fast dancing feet, more akin to John Travolta. Saturday Night Fever, eat your heart out. I think he'll be an absolute demon on the dance floor at the after party on Sunday night at the Motor Point Arena. But what it's done is it's brought Singapore not into this contest because they weren't out of it. But now 1 try down at 5-4, it's very much back in the balance.
Oh, 100%. And just taking that player short side and having that quick feet to step back in and then give that play underneath. Really, really lovely from Singapore, and that would be super helpful in this attack. But if Japan get it back, just on the line here.
All of these players so light on their feet. They're just, the work they've done on their agility and their pace and their ability to dance around is just incredibly impressive. So Japan looking to get back to that 2-try advantage once again. And that's just great. That's a touch. Touch given on that far side, and Yutaro Yamamoto as he looked to finish off Shuta Higino with his dancing feet in the middle, and that just ghosting through the defence. But Singapore, and you can see the reaction in this sub box. Sometimes, now they're getting some driving play going through the middle with a dummy and go again, and Singapore into the Japanese half, put some pace on it through Shane Duggan, and now the number 7, Mateus Chia. Gets the ball off the floor, looking for support. Here it comes on this far side. No. Ball hits the deck. The attempted tap back inside from Brian Lim. Japanese there scramble to cover.
It's definitely been 7-7 with this midfield getting straight down, and this defence has been really, really good. Just can't find the final execution on both teams, but it's been an amazing game to watch. Yeah,
this is entertainment at the highest calibre here at the University of Nottingham. Ball guys, they love that floating pass out to their left wing, don't they, the Japanese?
It's happened a couple times, and one time it has paid off for them, so might as well keep going for it. And that Singapore wing just keeps on coming in and tries to snipe on that on their link, but able to float that ball over and miss that pass, but hasn't been able to pull off yet. Japan just on the 7 now. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, Ryan Ong's a tall player to have on that far side, and it makes Japan needing to float the pass over the top of him. But they've managed to do that, as Alice Summers says, scored a try and come nearly there with a couple more. Diving through the middle though is the number 12. That's Seiji Yamamoto. Lovely touch there by the Singapore. It's really hard to defend down, especially in conditions like this.
Oh, 100%. Just that was a mid gap as well going for, and they stayed super tight and was really, really nice defence.
Yamamoto evades the initial touch, but he's goading the Singaporeans into making the touch, and they have an advantage.
Fresh set of 6 here is really, really nice from Japan, and just getting a whole play. There's going to be first penalty on the line, just remembering, keep in check there's not 3 penalties, because then someone would have to go off.
Are they going to have to go off? Absolutely not, because Japan have gone 2 tries up again. That's Takayuya Yokomizo there through the middle, and we've just already talked about the challenge of defending low down, and that is a classic example just there.
Yeah, Japan are so good at it as well. Getting down low, getting that dive in, and so hard to defend because you've got to step up from that line and be able to get that touch in. But Singapore just couldn't get that final touch, but on the ball now, show a dummy. Looking like there's going to be a fresh set of 6 here for a hard touch from Japan. Singapore with the ball tapping now.
Yeah, that's Ahmed Afiq bin Johan who taps the ball, but it comes left as he went to go right. Singapore, Matthew Robinson, key dancing playmaker. We've already talked about the dancing feet of both teams here, and Singapore showed that once again. Take the touch through the middle, Derek and now Robinson. Oh, interception! 0 touch there from the Japanese. Great anticipation there by Taiki Tukoshu.
Yeah, great body position and just in the line of play, so you're able to take out that from the air, and amazing. That was really, really nice from Japan.
Pace out of the sub box from Atsuki Sato. And it's now coming out. That's a fresh set of 6 there from the Singaporeans, and Japan, all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, are now back on the Singapore 7. They're 2 tries up already. This one with, how long have we got to go? 5 minutes to go, I think. Sorry, no, 10 minutes to go. God, it's so fast, you're kind of wishing the time away. But also you want this game to carry on going. It's offsides. Robinson, and that's given as a score. Kosuke Urakawa.
Lovely little celebration move of the hips from the Japan to play there. He's proper happy, must be.
Oh, I think this is the one there. Japan are starting to ease away. That's 3 tries to the good now. Singapore really under the cosh.
This is really important for this tap-off right now for Singapore, just to try and get another try on the board. If Japan get another one, it could be almost game flying away, but Singapore still looking strong. Wants to go. Oh, forward pass. Japan will get the ball back and drive out. This will be a big set in for Singapore in midfield D. Let's see if they can get high up and shoot on them.
And now a bit of back chat from the Singaporeans, and that is the referees a 0 tolerance on the back chat, and it's put Singapore at a disadvantage. Japan now gets them go forward, and again, quick plays coming out from the sub box as they get the fresh legs on. Comes inside to Yoshito Oshima. He takes the touch. Looking for, this is just sensational play from the Japanese. Is this going to get finished off? Yes, it has been. That is Oshima with the finish, but Daiki Kubota there with the jump over the hop, skip and a jump over the desperate last defense. Can't score as the half, but sets up the play you can, and Japan now are taking control of this.
Can't tell with that. He looked like he was jumping from mid-air and just taking him on the scoop, short side, and finding that player free. Amazing play, and what a commitment from that Singapore player to dive and try and make that touch though. Really, really lovely.
But that's committing yourself early, and it's it's come out on the wrong side.
Yeah, 100%. Well, just great play from Japan, and it really looks like they come into their own right now and just getting extra scores on the board. That's what we love to see.
Love to know what was said on that far side. Singapore are really happy with that first half, really geeing themselves up, as we said. But Japan have made, I don't know if they've they've made a little bit of tactical adjustment. I think they're using their left wing a lot more than they seem to be in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. We saw this with the Women's Open Japan team this morning. Just in the first half, it was quite tight between the two teams, and then just Japan like pulling away for the women's and for the men's right now. So must be something in their game plan, and the coaches must talk about it.
Yeah, you're doing some analysis work with the England Women's Open. How is everything going so far? We'll comment that in a second. As Japan, great shutdown and interception time from Singapore. That was absolutely essential from Christopher Mack, because Taishi Suiyasu was looking to score. Fantastic D there by the Singaporeans. We'll come back. We'll let this play through before we have that reconvene on that chat about how things are going with the Women's Open team. Just a second as the ball hits the deck from Singapore. I think that's because we've just had one of the very efficient technical team here from Next Gen come up to us and say, give me a smacked wrist for holding the microphone too low. And just hitting the cable there, and that's what's happening with that. You just get so excited with a game like this. But just quickly, just about what you're learning from being with the Women's Open here at the World Cup and the analysis side. What is it, briefly?
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's so many little details in touch rugby that we have to look at. Error rate, channels that we're scoring in, so much. So it's so important that we know what the other team's going to do and what our team is doing. And all the teams are so strong. This is a World Cup standard, and every team is living up for it.
Is there anything that you've seen so far that surprised you?
No, I feel like there is still a lot of games. It's only day 2, and still lots of new teams that we haven't really seen in a while. So looking forward to seeing them and what they might come out with.
Japan looking to really put this game to bed. The desperate. Well, that's a loss of control there, but that was a desperate touch coming in from the Singapore 15. That's Christopher Mack.
Singapore are not letting up either. It's not an easy ride for Japan, and God, they're making them work really, really hard. Coming onto the pitch with lots of momentum right now from Singapore. Let's see if they get a good strike dump, and it looks like, can they go through? Oh, just stumbling over his own feet. Looks like he steps more of himself than the player.
Yeah, so as we say, the weather conditions are perfect now here in Nottingham. It's the high teens. The morning rain has gone. It's nice and dry in terms of atmospheric conditions, but on the pitch, still very greasy. The ball's going to be very greasy. Difficult to keep your footing. It's very frustrating at times.
100%, especially when you're in the right position and you want to push off those feet, but maybe some grass is stuck. And I've seen it a lot throughout the morning games as well when it was raining more.
I say that, but then you look in the background. I don't know if you can see this on the live stream, but you look in the background and there are clouds which are darker than they're darker than the New Zealand new shirt. It's pretty grim over there in that far side. Hopefully we're going to miss that, or that rain's going to miss us.
Just a lovely touch by Felix there. Just getting on his outside. Really, really lovely commitment. Oh, just a simple mistake there by Singapore. Japan on the ball. They've got numbers left. Will they make it, giving the ball to the winger? Singapore recovering quickly, though. And it looks like a touch has been made. Lovely scramble D there by Singapore. Japan will still have lots of touches to come.
If you're going to be harsh, that is a proper miss there by Japan. I mean, that was a classic sky it from 6 yards out over an open goal. But I say that. Classic commentators, that's the opposite of the commentators' curse. You say they miss one and then they create something absolutely lovely like that. But again, for the 3rd or 4th time this half, they're floating the ball out to that far winger and it's paying off again.
Yeah, that was open side wing, and what a ball. It's not easy to do that, and that is a killer, especially for the vibes in the box for Singapore. But let's see what they can bring back.
Do you think Singapore have been a little bit over-reliant on having the height on the wing in D?
Yes, but still in attack. They're struggling to find the line for this second half. The score was a lot higher for them in the first half, but I'd like to see something more. Let's see what they can do here. Looking like they're running to sweep, going around the outside, and look! Oh! It's going to give a penalty here, so still another chance for Singapore.
Yeah, that was a bit of an open goal there missed by the Singaporeans, because that was going on the dive there. Brendan Shui just dropped it over the ball, dropped the ball over the line. And here he comes again. This time the defence from Yamamoto tries scoring at one end, and he's got a lot of height as well. It's quite a trend on that far side.
Yeah, 100%. It's super helpful to getting up in that passing channel line and trying to get those intercepts. Just looking for quickie plays and looking if they're pulling out Singapore, but Japan are doing really well in defence. Oh, fire up on the left side. Just couldn't get round them though for Singapore, but looks like they get another penalty. I think that's going to be second one on the line.
And we can see the referees are being really clear in their communications, both with Japan but also with each other there. Just a reminder, if you're new to touch, is that if you concede 3 penalties on your own goal and in succession, then you lose a player to the naughty step. Just for until the turn of possession, that's with somebody scoring. And what we'll do is we'll let this play out one way or the other. And there's a touch coming in there. Just very quickly, how much has that law change or that rule change affected how you defend?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you got to stick even tighter because you're mismatched on players, and probability of them going to score on 6-on-5 is a lot higher than 6-on-6, right?
Still 6-on-6 at the minute, and but it's the 5th touch there for Singapore.
Dancing about, just trying to get anything and drawing in players and drawing out players, looking for the tap play, but it's going to be a turnover for Japan there.
And Japan knew they had to keep it tight in terms of from a disciplinary perspective, but they did exactly that, exactly what the doctor ordered, and they stay in firm control of this men's open contest in the round robin stage of the 2024 Touch World Cup here at the University of Nottingham. We're at the Highfields Sports Complex as Japan continue to put this game to bed, although that's being given for a forward pass as Singapore have been let off this time. But in the Opens, the 20 teams have been split into 2 pools of 10. The top 4 go through to the quarterfinals. And that's where the fun starts at the weekend. Felix Ducorno takes the touch and then heads off for a bit of a breather. Matthew Robinson comes off, puts some pace onto it for the Singaporeans. Here it goes as they start to build up play through the middle now. On the 5th touch, they've only got none to play with. The fling inside coming from Liang Shengti just hits the ground.
Yeah, he was just looking for that tap play there to quickly give it to the wing, but just didn't pay off, but was a really good idea if it was executed well.
Time now running out for the Singaporeans, and I think we can see that on both sides. Japan playing with lots of flow and plenty of confidence, and the Singaporeans now we're seeing, hands on head, hands on knees. It's taking a lot out of them physically, and of course Japan are doing that. But when you are this far up, you don't mind that so much. Alice Summers, thank you very much for your time. And that's it, full time. This men's open divisional round robin game goes the way of the Japanese. Don't go anywhere, because we'll have another game from the pool stages of the 2024 Touch World Cup from the University of Nottingham's Highfields Sports Complex. Just a reminder, we've got 3 fields live streamed here. We've also got a stream down at Riverside, which is about a mile away. And don't go anywhere, and we'll see.